Yeah, so as far as working with a consultant, for any brand who's kind of hesitant about the cost, like, um, is there how can they kind of figure out how this will work for them as far as like the fitting in the cost versus like the benefits of it?
That's a great question. I do have a bit of a long form answer to that. Because there's so many different ways that you could really um, see the benefits, but also like I don't want to say that a consultant is necessarily the answer for everybody. Like if you have a large company, if you're very heavily within the affiliate space, like you probably don't need a consultant. But if you're just getting into the affiliate marketing space and you don't really know where to begin, that's really the perfect time to hire a consultant because it does take quite a long time to learn the nuances of the industry. But what I would say is that, like, first and foremost, like, you're going to save so much time and money on hiring. And I know that sometimes a consultant can cost more than maybe like a full-time affiliate manager in some cases. But if for a brand who's looking to move pretty quickly, like, it takes months to hire an employee, and right now, especially, the cost of hiring is quite high. Using LinkedIn or different job sites, it's very expensive. And so if it takes you a couple of months, you're spending thousands of dollars plus hundreds of man hours of reviewing resumes. Even though I know AI is apparently doing that now, I'm kind of old school. And so reviewing the resumes, but then interviewing, 10, 20 people for a job, at least, I would hope. You're talking, thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours. And so uh, that would be the first saving that I imagine a consultant is because a consultant, with a lot of experience is going to plug right in. I mean, once you sign that, once the ink dries on the paperwork, they're ready to go. They already know, you've had your initial conversations. They already know what they have to do before, they're really working with you. Um, Secondly, what I would say is that there's a lot of fraud traffic in the affiliate space. And so, a consultant or, an agency as well, they're going to have a lot of experience with dealing with, all sorts of different traffic sources and different partner types. And so, if you're going at it on your own, you will not know all the different types of fraud that exist. And it's really hard to spot traffic, negative trends and different fraudulent things if you don't know what to look for. And so, you're probably going to save, 20% of your spend, in some cases minimum, on just paying out fraud by having someone who knows what to look for. Um, Third, I would say that um, a consultant is really going to have they're going to take a deep dive into the economics of your business, the brand's business. And so, an affiliate manager, while they could be great at their job, they might not truly understand the full nuances of the business and how to, integrate that into building out a full strategy for the affiliate program, and making sure that it works. Sometimes when people are compensated, for example, based on how much revenue they generate or how many leads they can produce, it doesn't necessarily jive with the brand's economics and what their overall goals are. So I would say like building a strategy from that perspective would be very important. And then lastly, and sorry for the long response here, lastly, I would say that an affiliate marketing consultant can really jumpstart how quickly not only you get to market, but how quickly you have partners promoting your campaign. So, if you start a brand on your own, start an affiliate program on your own as a brand, you have assume no connections in the space. You don't know which companies to recruit as publishers. You don't really know, which direction to take, and you don't know who to avoid either, which is quite important. So I would say that you might jumpstart and have active partners within 2 or 3 months instead of, let's say, 6 months of like, kind of a lot of trial and error and hitting those pitfalls that you should really kind of hope to avoid.